Dallas, Texas is known for a few things: barbecue, the Mavericks, the Cowboys, and this creepy statue during the Texas State Fair. But it's definitely not known for its outdoor climbing. There are plenty of great gyms in the area, Summit, Oso, Canyons, and even out in Arlington they have Dino Rocks, but there really isn't much climbing to do in Dallas except the Matilda Bridge. The Matilda Bridge can be found on Mountain Project, which is located in downtown Dallas. The bridge itself has a few glue-on holds which can be used to climb the boulders, but what I really was excited for was the crack climb that was listed on it, Matilda's Crack. Now, I've been a hardcore gym climber, especially focused on the competition style aspect of climbing, and if there's anything completely out of my element, it's crack climbing. Crack climbing involves wedging your hand in a cup formation, a fist, twisted fingers, or various body parts into cracks in the wall to get to the top. I highly suggest watching the Wide Boys, or even better yet, the collab with Magnus Midboe they did to get a brief understanding of how to crack climb.
Both this way up and thumbs down. So when you do it thumbs down, you want to exactly the same, putting it in, thumb and then fingers, and then we want to just drop our elbow down, so then it becomes...
For lack of a better way to describe my crack climbing, I'm trash. One of my first times crack climbing, I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't bring my knees in, and I struggled to get even an inch up the wall. I was on the Wide Boys indoor crack holds, which are evenly textured and are very kind to the skin. Most true crack climbers can walk up these perfect hands features with no problem at all, but given my background, I rode the struggle bus all the way. I eventually did get to the top, but since my time on this problem, I've practiced maybe once on a wooden crack trainer at a friend's house. So based off of this, what seasoned veteran crack climbers would consider an easy boulder I struggled on, and the one other time I practiced on a wooden trainer, I was 100% ready and I wasn't lying to myself at all. Spoiler alert, I wasn't ready. Climbing Matilda's Crack has several cruxes or challenges. The first one was getting through the afternoon traffic of Dallas. Not an easy feat already. Once you're there, the immediate 108-degree Fahrenheit heat and humidity hits you. Fortunately, I had a friend who was crazy enough to agree to climb this crack with me. Let me introduce you to Mario Stanley. Mario and I coached together while I lived in Dallas, and he has one of the best hairstyles I have ever seen on anyone in the climbing scene. He also runs a great podcast, Sends and Suffers, does a lot of work to make climbing a more accessible sport and a more inclusive sport as well. Basically what I'm saying is, go check him out, support him, you won't regret it. At the bridge, you'll notice a few things. The main crack, the glue-on holds, some interesting artwork, and I'm blurring out one of the hieroglyphs, but I think you can kind of guess what phallic symbol it was. And around the corner, a nice bed to take a rest on. I tried warming up by traversing on the glue-on holds, but I soon realized that climbing at Oso prior to coming here for 5 hours might have made me a little bit tired. I waited for Mario to get over the top of the bridge to set up the top rope. Once he got down, he gave me a bit of advice.
This is my first legit crack climb.
Really?
Yeah.
Great. Thumbs, just remember when you need to thumbs up, pulls, thumb down, thumbs down. When you thumbs down, pulls up a little bit to bring your feet up, is what I always tell people. And then bring your feet up in the crack, thumbs up.
But then it was game time.
This crack is the crack I'm working on here in my apartment complex. We do have the place geared for 6 stories tall.
The fuck?
And it is basically a little smaller than full hands the whole way up.
That sounds heinous.
Oh yeah, and it's smooth, crystal clear.
Widening.
farther and turn your knee farther out. Stop spraying now. I gotcha. Come on. Turn that knee all the way in. Come on, turn it in. Come on.
I tried my hardest. The crack started out narrow, then it got wider to the point where you can put your fists in the top. I've never practiced a crack where it changes sizes, so when I got to the transition section, I had no clue what to do. Mario gave me advice to keep my knees in a line, but it was such a foreign position for me that it was hard to keep it up. I did get back on and finished it up, but I lost the flash.
Rail. But hold the jump. You have now completed the most illustrious rock climb and DFW, and you are probably one of only 15 people to ever do this route.
Mario initially wasn't going to climb the crack, but thankfully, he gave it a go and gave me a live clinic on how to cruise a crack climb.
So good. Insane. Allez. Let's go!
Oh. Okay.
Flash? Retro flash.
I tried to give it one last attempt, but I was too fatigued to get any further, and it was around this time security came and stared us down. We packed up quickly and headed out. Fortunately, the security didn't say anything, and I think it's mainly because they realized we were leaving. Despite it being 108 degrees, the backs of my hands getting scraped and bleeding, being absolutely exhausted, doing something completely new and foreign to me was really fun. I had an absolute blast. Now, I'm not saying to go out and climb a bridge at 108 degrees, but what I would like to do is encourage you to try something new. If you're watching this and have never tried climbing, just go for it. Don't worry about not being the best when you first try something new. Enjoy the challenge and process, and most of all, just have fun. And at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? I'll be leaving a link to all of Mario's projects he's got going on. Look out for the podcast that we did together in the future. It's a good one. And thanks so much for doing this crack climb with me, Mario. And as always, keep crushing it.
He said you gotta get mad enough to kick a puppy to want to be able to crack climb through painful sections. And I never really agreed with them, and then I actually remember doing my first real painful climb, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely mad enough to kick a puppy in the face. Like, no
That's
shame.
pretty mad. Like, you gotta be really mad.
Yeah,